Saw Barbie, finally. A lot of talk about this movie forever. I've watched a lot of reviews, not having any context for the reviews. So here's my pros and cons. Overall, decent movie. Liked it quite a bit for an hour. I think an hour of it's great. And so I'm going to go cons first, pros second. Cons, America Ferrera sucks. God, difference between presenting and preaching. If you want to make a message, and then have a matriarchy versus patriarchy message, you cannot have the character just deliver a speech that might as well be talking at the camera. She delivers such an on-the-nose, blatant speech. And I understand the message is blatant throughout the entire film, but it's done in such a subtle and funny way that it's easy as a guy to sit through it. I'm like, ladies, there's a point where she says, women can't say anything without I feel like they're yelling at you. That's how men treat it. I'm like, yeah, because the scenes like this, up until this moment, they were doing it right, and then scenes like this happen, and I'm like, yes, I feel like the message is beating me over the head. You might as well have been sitting in the theater with a sledgehammer with the word patriarchy on it and just fucking hit me over the head with it and piss on my fucking corpse. So, yeah, that scene was terrible. If you edit America Ferrera and her bitchy, stereotypical daughter out of this, much better movie. Other cons, I think the last act falls apart messaging-wise. I don't understand what they're going for towards the end. Like, everybody can get along. The matriarchy and the patriarchy are both bad. Was that the point? But you can still get along. Women start manipulating men and showing all the flaws of men by manipulating them, so they essentially recreate the problems of men and women in the outside world. And then Barbie, for unknown reasons, wants to go to the outside world after solving the problems in her current world. Her problems that were caused by America Ferrera, just wanting to kill herself or something. So I was like, I don't understand what Barbie's whole point is by the end of the movie. That she leaves to the real world. Why? To get a vagina. It's funny for the joke, but it kind of felt like a Guardians of the Galaxy 2 thing. Like, everything's for the joke. So, yeah. So those are the cons. 1 hour good. Last act bad. It's not bad. It falls apart and just gets confusing as to what they're trying to tell you or whatever. Pros, Kens are hysterical. The Barbies are still also pretty funny. The production of this must have had a blast. It is one of the best sets of all time. They should have let this set up for people to walk through. It could have been like a theme park. But fantastic set. Fantastic costumes, makeup, hairstyling. These people were having fun making this movie. I would have fun making this movie with how colorful everything is. Just leave it up. Make a theme park out of it. You would have made so much more money if this was just left up wherever the hell they made it. Cinematography makes me jealous. I didn't see it in a theater. Very, colorful, wonderful to look at. Eye candy, visual porn. Yeah. I loved it on a technical level quite a bit. I think Greta Gerwig, if this was her direction, she's like, yeah, this is how you go Barbie Land. I'm like, this is how you go about it. It wasn't like the Lego movie like I thought it was going to be when they introduced Will Ferrell's character. But his character is very funny. 1 hour of how they're doing the message is very funny. It's very lighthearted. If you want to convey a message and not beat people over the head with it, you were doing that for an hour, where I'm like, you're repeating the message over and over again, but it's done in such a lighthearted way that I don't feel like it's raining on me. I could easily sit through it. I could hear you out. Fun fact, though, you do not live in a patriarchy. That's BS created by California. A patriarchy, it's a monarchy of the fathers. I think it's the actual vernacular, the literary term of it. But it is a monarchy in which only men rule. You live in a democratic republic if you're in America. Therefore, you do not live in a patriarchy. Women have the ability to go do whatever the hell they want legally. So you don't live in a patriarchy. They say, oh, we live in a male-dominated... You live in a male-dominated society. Sure. But you don't live in a patriarchy. So, yeah. And California was a matriarchy. I was like, that's like Barbie Land over there. I think the Ken Up song is great. I think Ryan Gosling's costume, where he's wearing the fucking giant, he's wearing. It's great. He was very funny. This and The Nice Guy showed that he has comedic range. He's very good at being funny, outside of playing the usual stoic character that he plays. A lot of jokes landed. I laughed consistently throughout 2/3 of this movie. And yeah, I think this movie, if you could just re-edit this, it would be a much better movie. Just take out America Ferrera, Ariana Greenblatt. The ending, tighten it up somehow. Like, don't have her leave for the joke, for the vagina joke. Have that in the middle of the movie. Like, in the middle of the movie, she gets to the real world and she's like, oh, I have a pussy for real. So, yeah, I like Barbie overall. Very entertaining, very silly movie, and this is how you go about it. And I was not expecting that when a woman directed. I was like, ooh, it's going to be so serious. And America Ferrera is the only part that makes it too serious. Outside of that, it was very silly, very funny, very slapsticky. and a very unique experience watching. So, yeah, this is 4th wall breaking, done lighthearted for most of it, and I very much liked it. Yeah. So I'm going to give it a B, because it's pretty damn entertaining. And I would watch an hour of it again. The first hour I'd watch again.